So what was the purpose of this little cooking tutorial? Food is what brings people together. And when you get to El Paso, you're gonna realize that you're gonna arrive in the middle of the desert and you're gonna say, I don't know anything about this place. And if you leave in a few years, which a lot of people do because of Fort Bliss, you're gonna say to yourself, I'm gonna miss how warm, not just the weather is, but how warm the people are and how friendly they are. And once you made a friend here in El Paso, you've made a friend for life. All right, so one of the reasons why I love El Paso is because you can, please excuse that little piece of meat, milanesa. You can buy and roast chilies, or buy them already roasted and roasted and ready to peel almost any time you want. And look at this. I know this looks a little rudimentary, but these have been sweating. I just toasted these in a pan, and you stick them in this little grocery bag and you let them sweat for 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. So roasted green chilies are kind of a novel thing if you live outside of the Southwest. And basically they're not like jalapenos that are spicy, that are gonna give you the heat. They're very mild. Sometimes you'll find an occasional one or two that are a little spicy, but really they are very flavorful. They're a lot more common in New Mexico, which is just on the other side of El Paso. But you can integrate green chilies into just about anything that's savory. Trust me, it's not just going to be a cooking lesson. I love El Paso, and I know lots of different places that you can go and have some fun and just enjoy the outdoors. So let's get to it. All right, so here we have just a little bit of flour, and I added a little pinch of salt in here just to season it, okay? And then I'm going to get an egg. I've already separated one. So, and I put the whites in here. So you want, I don't know, about 2 eggs per every, I would say 4 or 5 chiles, maybe more. Just kind of eyeball it. As while your chilies are cooling down in that bag and sweating, you're gonna wanna get some cheese and slice it. Now I've got mozzarella here. You can use Munster, but if you are lucky enough to have Mexican cheese, you would want to get asadero. So you cut it like this, and then each slice you cut like this, okay? So the idea is to have these long strips that you can shove into your chili. So I'll show you that in a second. Alrighty guys, so please excuse the very rudimentary setup here, but I'm going to show you how I like to peel my chilies. Now that they've sweated in the bag, I like to run them under a little cool water, and I just start to peel back at the burnt portion. Now if you did a good job, and of course you'll get the hang of it, this should come off quite easily. Okay, see? And then you're kind of just left with like the meaty part of your chile relleno. I mean your chile, your Anaheim long green chili. Okay? So I'm going to continue to do that until you don't want to tear into the meat too much, because you need that portion to stay together, because remember it's going to house the cheese inside, okay? So continue to peel. And you know what? Once you move to El Paso, if you're not from here, if you're not Hispanic, because we are a predominantly Hispanic area, it won't take long before you make friends with somebody who is, and they will be more than happy to teach you how to do all of this, because we are a very friendly town. So there's your green chili. Okay, next I'm going to get a knife and I'm going to make a little slit in the top, and then I'm going to put this chili in here, the cheese in here. See, this is probably too big. Let's get a little one, thinner one. There we go. I'm going to shove it in here, you see? Now, if you find that you've got some tears in here like I do, you can always get a toothpick and kind of do a little sewing job and bind those together. So now this one is ready for the prep work to go into the fryer. Okay, so here I have 3 eggs that I've separated. So I'm gonna whisk the yolks until nice pretty peaks form. So this is the consistency that you want. So now we're gonna take these egg whites and we're gonna fold them in. Okay, so now we have our egg whites nice and firm. And then we're gonna add the egg yolk. I'm gonna add some more in a bit here when I get off camera to make sure we don't waste anything. We're just gonna fold everything in until it's a nice, consistent color throughout. Okay, so now that we've beaten our eggs, egg whites, and then folded in the yolks, I've gotten my hot pan ready with vegetable oil. It's about a medium-high heat, I guess. Maybe a little higher. We want to make sure it's hot enough. So now that we have our chili ready, we're gonna drench it in the flour. Oops, I lost my cheese there. That could be a joke, right? All right, let's just cover this up. And let's make sure, it's kind of like fried chicken, you know? All right, so then I'm gonna dip it in my egg yolk. And I'm gonna make sure that I cover. This is not a neat project, just to let you know. And then you usually get it from the top, but I could feel the cheese coming out. And I'm gonna put it in my fryer and it should sizzle right off the bat, like there. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're gonna flip it over, nice and gently. Alrighty, so it's been another minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, and this guy is ready. So let's pull him out. Okay, I'm gonna flip him over so you can see how pretty it's supposed to look. See, nice and even. Alrighty, our chile relleno is ready. Let's cut into it and see if the cheese is melted. Oh, hello. And then you just take a nice big bite. Provecho.